you're gonna see me really in my own world. I have to like kind of like, well, right now I'm going through the rejection phase.
Oh.
Like
Okay.
I feel like I'm such a like professional with streaming because I've been doing it so long. But when I initially started it, I didn't know nothing about it. I was just going through it blindly, like everyone does. Because when we started on FB, like you said before, it was new,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So everybody was like, "What's this?" You know, the whole algorithms were different. So you didn't have to. In fact, I would ask people not to comment. The comments were just,
Fun. Mm-hmm.
they were mostly trolls. It was just awful. I did not know. That was in a time of my life that it was just looking back at that. Oh, I'm like, I wish I was better off at it, but how could I have been? I was a newbie. We
Mm-hmm.
were one of the regular, like, besides celebrity pages, we were one of the first to really go live.
Yeah.
And so it was no manual
Mm-hmm.
on that. Ask our assistant about a nice one, babe.
Okay, so you don't want me to say that. I thought you just wanted me to include those words. Oh, you want me to switch it around?
No, I want you to go
Make
to your
something nice?
thing and see
Okay.
if they can make a nice little thing for you
Oh, okay.
with that type of
Okay.
subject matter.
Okay.
But yeah, so we were the first ones or whatever. We was out there, and it's like but I always had that spiritual grounding that I didn't want. Like I didn't like compliments. I didn't like a whole bunch of people BSing me or
Mm-hmm.
anything. I can say BS.
You can. Mm-hmm.
We
Sure can.
grown up on this channel,
Yeah.
and so I didn't fall for the okey doke. Back
Okay.
then, we were doing hair and we were just vibing out and we were learning. And then a lot of bumps in the road came, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had said to God, I was like, Lord, I said, I don't think I'm ever going to do this again because then I started getting all kinds of problems because we was doing we had our own personal life, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so going live did not really, fit within our lifestyle at that time.
Yeah.
So fast forward to this time where I see somebody going live and I see them crocheting and I'm like, oh, it's something I can do,
Mm-hmm.
because when I watch people videos, that remember I was like, look, I watch people videos for fun,
Mm-hmm. You do.
but I have to go back to when I was in hair and I came up, Miss Rachel. I doubt if she's still alive because she was 70 then. You know what I mean? But I will
Exactly.
hate to say God rest her soul, and I don't know.
Yeah. So just keep her. Just keep her.
But in a few years, I'll be free to say it because she'd be like 100.
Right. Well. You know. It,
This is for comment. This is for content, baby.
okay.
Stick with it.
All right.
But yeah,
Forever young.
right. Well, Miss Rachel, remember Miss Rachel?
Yeah.
Um, she told me. She said, if you want to learn how to be a hairstylist,
And this is from. Uh
a
huh.
salon
Uh
owner,
huh.
person who's been doing hair for a long time. I've got it sent me some great people across my path.
Yes.
And so she said, if you really want to be a good hairstylist, the best thing you can do is sew into other people's businesses, go over there and study what they do. Well, honey, she was talking to someone who did not have a lot of money. I had locks, and I just felt like nobody. I didn't want, I'm a spiritual person. I didn't want everybody in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but let's keep it real. I ain't got the money. Okay,
Okay.
but I took what she was saying, and I was like, hey, now I'm telling this story. I was like, well, honey, now I see I didn't have to go around anybody. I didn't have to pay because I worked around aged hairstylists.
Yes.
So I would just sit around and watch them. And what did Shay do to me? She took my client. I went
Ah.
to the restroom and she made it seem like that lady came over to her and said, look, I gotta go to or whatever. Can you do my hair? And the spirit showed me No, that's not what happened. She went over there and said, "Look, that girl's probably gonna mess you up. You come over here and sit in my chair." Right?
Mm-hmm.
Competition. Because
Competition. Uh-huh.
I'm gonna tell you, she knew to do that because she saw my spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she saw that I was a good person. She saw the light in me. She was a demon, of course.
Yes.
Because I'm gonna tell you, that will get you in trouble. I wanted to
And
say something else.
she was also you were also studying her also.
I was studying her, but with respect.
Yes.
You know,
Uh-huh.
I study people with respect. I don't study them to, take what they have and then talk about them and try to get them off the darn road. I don't do all that. But she know darn well that that's equivalent to stealing money. If you stealing people's clients, that's equivalent to stealing money.
Yeah, it
Because that
is.
was something that I could have either paid my booth rent on. That's something I could have had in my pocket for a meal that day. And for her to have done that, yeah. But anyway, the Lord gave me enough gumption to say, "Oh, okay, you took my client." She said, "Oh, yeah." She said, "Oh, yeah, they got a right to sit in anybody's chair. This is what this old head did to me." And she had, oh, telling the story now, it just aggravates me, but I'm telling it in a nice way. But she said, "Oh, they got a right to be in anybody's chair." Now, what if I did that to her? Let's just keep that 100. Miss, I put Marcel's up in irons and all that.
Ooh, she
What
told
if,
you.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. What if I had did that to her?
Hmm.
Oh, it would have been a whole different. What if I had done that to that lady Yvette?
Oh
Oh, they
yeah.
would have fought me like we were on the street. But why do people feel like everybody in there, I can honestly say, stole a client from me? And see, people feel like you can do stuff like that and that's not going to come back. Now, none of them salons in business now. Ha, there you go. Sometimes it comes back later, much later, right?
Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah.
But I know darn well she wouldn't have liked that done. But anyway, God gave me the gumption to do this. Oh, by the way, because homegirl was making all this money, right? She charged what, $200 for a relaxer and all that.
Yeah.
Guess what? I was charging what, $45.
Oh yeah.
I said, oh, by the way, I charged her $45, and I didn't whisper it to her ear. In her ear, I said it in front of the client. So what she said next, she had to honor. She said, "Oh, that's okay. I'll honor that."
Oh, she did
She
not
did
like
not
that.
take any more of my clients. I
Yeah.
always wanted to tell that story publicly.
Uh,
Yes, she didn't take any more of my clients.
okay.
Why? Because I put her out there like that. Oh, you gonna steal my clients? You gonna steal them prices too? Because I know Miss was driving a foreign car till I was beating my feet. I was walking.
Oh yeah.
She had a whole car, a whole son in college. She needed to be charging them darn rates. You know.
Oh, more expensive.
Right.
Yeah.
So she said, "Oh, I ain't gonna steal none of her people. Shoot, I'm not doing no relaxer for $45. That was don't steal. You stole the wrong price, dears.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She wouldn't have done that to Yvette.
Oh yeah.
She
Well.
wouldn't have done it to her. Because she was about it, and they were the same age.
Oh
These were
gosh.
people, they were competing with me. Like, how you going to
What
compete with me?
person?
I was fresh out of high school, freshly licensed. I would be sitting around with them every Friday looking at how much money they were making, babe. I didn't tell you this, I'm saying it now. That was the most hardest thing. It was like equivalent, and they were getting all kinds of lunches and stuff, and we was struggling.
Oh
And I'm like,
yeah.
every Friday, I'd be embarrassed to go in there. I'd be sitting around all day watching other people make money. And so now we're on social media. I'm able to be now. Sometimes I see people going live and stuff. I said, you know what? I need to get myself. I'm up here enjoying their content, and I ain't making money, or I ain't making no content.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of pull myself away. But I honestly, when I go and I watch other people's videos, I'm there to enjoy myself. But the way social media is they're gonna put, especially TT, they're gonna put things of your interests. So my
Mhm.
interest now is crocheting, so they're putting a whole bunch of people who crochet in my timeline. And
Ah.
so it keeps me hungry. And maybe that's what it is.
Oh, it
It,
feeds
it,
it.
it feeds
See,
that make you want to go out there and do it
see,
too.
that's competition.
Yeah. And so You do need a little bit of competition, just mentally and within yourself, but not to the point where you are sabotaging, trying to sabotage basically you're sabotaging yourself.
Non-friendly competition. Yeah.
Right, you're sabotaging yourself by trying to sabotage others.
Yes.
Because the hole that you dig for others, you're going to fall in. And I've seen that with my own eyes. It may not be right away, though. It may be 20 years later, right?
Yes.
You're like, my goodness, why did this happen to me? Oh, because I did that. And you have to immediately go into repentance and stuff like that. Or that stuff's going to keep, I've seen some people I watch, they give their all to their business, their streaming business or whatever they do, and they still don't grow. And the Spirit say, well, the reason why they're not growing is because they did somebody dirty.
Yes.
And they have not repented about it. Not, they haven't apologized to the person about it.
Oh.
That they have not repented, because at the end of the day, God is, and you want to make sure you in right standings with God.
Yes.
That person that you hurt could not even be on this earth anymore. So it's no possible way that you have to go back and apologize to them, or that person could be somewhere you don't know. So thank God your redemption does not count on you actually going back to that person that you hurt. You have to go to God and repent.
Yes.
And that's what happens. Funny, remember I said my little homegirl from college who passed away, and she stole that money, right?
Oh yeah.
She stole $250 from us, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Thank God she couldn't get everything. But this girl in my dream, that's how connected I am. She came back and gave me $25. Now it was not $250. Okay. But the Lord had her, because we all know the deal. But 10%. 10%. You know me telling this story, I just got that.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? She stole $250, but in my dream, she only gave me $25. Look at that. But God pushed down, pressed over. We got that so much back over 20 years, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, she came back, and she came to me in my dream, and she gave me $25. And I just feel like that was just, God was just basically saying, forgive her.
Oh, yeah.
Not saying I didn't forgive her. In fact, before she passed, we had a whole conversation, and several times she was like, oh, I'm so proud of you. And that girl is younger than me too, which is crazy. But yeah, it's just awesome how God is, people who wrong you, even after they gone, God will give you that peace. So it's all godly. You don't have to worry about getting that apology from that person who hurt you.
Oh yeah.
I guess that was the point of the story. In fact, shoot, that lesson was for me.
Sometimes it's like that. Where you tell a story and the lesson is for you.
Sometimes the lesson is for me, because I was like, man. And boy, did I boo-hoo when I found out she passed. I said, I heard Faith Evans talk about it. She said, oh, well, I'm not mad at Lil' Kim no more, because once Big died, all that left. And I was like, well, she full of crap. What the hell is going on? But it's true. When someone is gone, it's like kind of like, what's the hate for? I mean, what's the issue?
What were we fighting about?
Well, it was like, dang, I ain't want that. I ain't want that for nobody, I said, well, shoot. Maybe she needed the money more than I did. Because I still was able to get my license. I was still able to pay our bills. It didn't make us homeless. It just made us know that you don't invite everybody in your house. And that was a lesson. But we had an efficiency at that.
I know.
Weren't we nice?
We were, weren't we?
I'm forever bring it home, people. Granddaddy said it. She'll give away everything. I had to check that at the door.
Yeah.
But I get it. You know how people say you get it natural, and it's usually a negative thing. You can get it natural, positive, but it can turn negative if you don't know where to put that gift.
Oh yeah.
You know, so it is what it is. But at least we giving this darn video some darn talk time. Now in the replay, can I like cut the first 30 minutes off and just put it to this part?
You could.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Cause that first one, I have to warm up and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't like competing. I had another person tell me, she was like, one thing about you.
I generally don't like competing either. To be honest, I don't. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What were you saying?
Well, I had a few people tell me stuff, and I look at them all as angels, and that's when God intervened. Because you may have stories about people that you don't even talk to anymore. And she said, one thing about you, you always find a job. That's what she said. Remember the lady who said that? I ain't gonna say the name.
Oh, okay.
Lady, I had a baby back in the day. Remember my high school friend, Bay.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I mean, you act like I had thousands of friends.
And I had a baby. Okay.
She had a baby with the Muslim guy.
Okay.
Okay.
I got it.
Yeah, she said you always find a job. And then the lady who did that to me and stole my client, she said one thing about you. You're not afraid to take risks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I'm telling that now. I'm like, you know what? That's a good thing. Because that's all what business is about. Like, you have to take a risk.
Mm-hmm.
People who don't want to take risk, you probably not as successful as those who have.
Who
Now it's called calculated risk now.
Mm-hmm. Yes. But it is a risk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
calculated risk, but risk.
Yeah.
And that's so much involved in sales.
Right. Yup. So yeah, I don't like competition because a lot of people don't look at competition for what it is. It's just basically camaraderie amongst like co-workers or something. That's what it should be. It should not be where you are trying to make it worse or take, sabotage someone or try to get them in trouble and all that crap. That's not what it's about. That's not even competition at that point. That's just evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wishing for people's downfall and all that. Like that's what I don't like. So the crochet game, which is supposed to be a relaxing situation,
it is, isn't it?
it's very competitive.
Uh-huh.
Very catty.
I've seen it.
I'm like, really? It's like that?
It's like that.
You do know it's a skill, right? It's a skill, meaning anybody can learn it. They got mad at me too when I first guys, I gotta go. This is too long.